So you're saying 3 and 1 doesn't make sense to us, but may make sense to him. You know what I'm saying? And then
That's the argument with every single girl that comes on your podcast and says, "Look, I'm a transgender. I'm this. I'm that." Will say, "Look, it doesn't make sense to you, but it makes sense to God. It makes sense." Truth is not relative. Truth is objective.
who decided 2 plus 2 plus 4? Man did, right?
Hmm?
I'm just saying on a basis, 2 plus 2. Who decided that?
Who decided 2 plus 2 equals 4? Is that a serious question?
It's so funny because I don't think Fresh is making a good point here. But this guy responding is also not going to make a good point. Fresh is probably correct, but for reasons that are probably way beyond him. And this guy's about to be really pedantic. Not pedantic. He's going to try to correct him, but probably for not the right reason. I don't know. Let's see. This is such an unbelievably retarded, or this is so, we're out here in like mathematical philosophy right now for.
Who decided that?
But it might be, maybe Fresh took some fucking pure math undergrad classes. I don't know.
Who decided 2 plus 2 equals 4? Is that a serious question? With all due respect, like,
No. I'm
no one
you,
decided 2 plus 2 equals 4, bro.
How did it come about?
Mathematics is a language. Yeah. 2 plus
Just
2 is an expression of 4. So the equal sign in mathematics shows that 2 plus 2 is equivalent to 4. Do you get it?
Fresh is right in terms of man made the words. Like in another universe, 4 would be line or something, but the concept is the same across space. Well, the concept isn't necessarily the same, but this is too complicated and too lame and no one cares. My guess is going to be Fresh is probably wrong here. If he's bringing up math in terms of language, then it's it's like the worst thing to bring up. But also, this is autism versus autism, okay? Why does it cut right before Fresh responds? I don't know, because it says video. You see, Mohammed, Hijab was interested in debating. Depends on what he wants to debate. I'm not doing religion, bro. Kill me. Can God make a square circle? Fresh is saying he can make 3 equals 1. God is constrained by logic. This gets into really autistic concepts, okay? This gets into really autistic concepts. There's just no point. I don't think any of them were talking about this, but like, theoretically, could 1 plus 1 plus 1 equal 1? Like, you could conceive of ways that this could happen. It's autistic, and like we're in like philosophy of science and like mathematical philosophy here. But like, for instance, like right off the top of my head, we've preloaded a lot of these things with different assumptions in normal math world. Okay, if you're gonna start throwing around like ZFC, or if you're gonna have like an understanding of like fundamental math stuff, theorems and shit, we're getting into a different type of conversation. But for instance, like 1 pile of sand plus 1 pile of sand plus 1 pile of sand equals 1 pile of sand. It doesn't equal 3 piles of sand, it becomes 1 pile of sand, right? Like that immediately, that's an area where we can see that like, oh, well, 1 plus 1 plus 1, oh shit, well, it's actually still 1, because the concepts and everything involved are just different. Now, there are other mathematical ways you could express that same concept. I'm just saying that like it's more complicated than just like saying like, oh, obviously it's true. There's a reason why once you get past calculated differential equations, you start like proving really basic, really fundamental things about math. Like 1 plus 1 equals 2, or 1 equals 1. When you get into these really basic mathematical identities, it's really complicated. That's all I'm saying. Don't take it for granted. Math is a beautiful thing. Don't take it for granted, though. Don't just look at it and assume like, oh, obviously it's true, self-evidently, obviously. It's not obvious. Nothing is obvious, okay? The only thing you learn in philosophy is nothing. You don't know anything about anything, and nobody knows anything about anything. Except how good it is to f your mom. That guy debated Jordan B. Peterson. He is like their top guy, Islam arc. Yeah, but I've watched his debates before. They're not impressive. It's not, it's like all like, it's just, ugh, I don't know. Maybe I've only seen bad him though. Didn't you say you debate anyone with enough prep? Is religion just too boring? If it's a topic that I care about, I just don't care about a religious debate that much. What do you think about the idea of allowing a banned person only one message after they're banned, kind of like having a phone call in jail? I've thought of a lot. There's a lot of fun ways to gamify bans, but the only problem is I can't evaluate that when I'm in a good mood, because if I'm banning people, I'm probably in a bad mood. And if I ban people, then the whole feature becomes pointless, because I'll just get around it, right? Like we have like protection armor for when I'm mad, but then when I ban somebody and the armor kicks in, I just ban them twice, or it just makes me more mad. So it's not good. They should have immunity from any further ban attempts. I've thought about, there's like so many different interesting ways that you could gamify bans. I thought about like, what if I had to earn an arsenal? Like imagine every 8 hours I stream, adds like 1 mega nuke to my arsenal. So if I have like a really rough day and I'm pissed off and I've only got like 4 mega nukes in reserve, right? I can only nuke 4 times, and then I've got to stream more to like rebuild my nuclear stockpile. And then like an 8-hour nuke or like a 1,024-hour nuke would be like a sorrow. It would be like a huge bomb. I'd have to say like a lot of dumb shit you could do. But I would just get super mad. I would probably go to the back end and I would start like deleting out of the database because I'd be so upset. And I have no idea how to do any of that. So Cake would probably show up in 2 minutes and start screaming for why the site is getting destroyed. Would it have ever been in Israel's best interest to have U.S. troops guide them and be active on the ground in dispensing aid and dealing with Hamas? This is my understanding for how international conflict works, and the reason why it's so... you got to be so careful with troops that belong to nuclear powers, because if troops start getting killed, people want something to happen, and it gets really weird really fucking fast. So if it was the case that the United States had troops on the ground coordinating aid, Hamas's goal, no matter what, would be to kill some U.S. soldiers. It would be the dream scenario. Because if you start killing, if you get even one good attack on U.S. soldiers, now everybody in the U.S. is like, okay, hold up. Did you just kill American troops? Are we surging troops now to the Middle East? Are we going to do some limited tactical strike? Is the U.S. going to be shooting into Gaza? Really? That's probably not going to happen. Are you going to do nothing and let an Iranian proxy operate with impunity and kill your soldiers? That's probably not going to happen. Like, it just, things get really fucking weird at that point. When U.S. troops start dying. That's why when Russia does international operations with the Wagner group, they deny they have no attachment because they don't want that. Nobody wants that smoke. Nobody wants any smoke from any first world nuclear, I shouldn't say first world really, but any like big ass nuclear power. Just everything just gets way too awkward.
35. You got 35 weapons. Show me you right now. What is that? Ooh, samurai. That boy, that is a monster. Let me see what else you got. Who do you think you is? Hawkeye? That boy, God damn. Hold on, wait. Let him show his weapons. Boy, this nigga is not bullshit.
Good, man. Good, we got the black RoboCop right here in the flesh. Good, don't play with this.
All right, man, keep it going. We ain't got to talk about it.
Don't play with him, good. He gonna kill you, gonna you, good. He gonna shoot you, good. He on the outside, good. Don't play with him, good.
Man, you can go on a goddamn... Boy, you can go into
man, what else you got, man?
Back with 6 lions,
man, what else you got, man?
You got guns down there by his shoe.
Man, you ain't got no gun in your shoe.
Oh, that what them knuckles.
Red knuckles.
You been in that county before, I see, boy. Oh, that boy got bulldogs on him.
Oh, my God. Oh.
Boy, you ready to fight all them deals we see on the way here right now, man. You seen about 30 deals.
Good, did the real blade? Oh, my God.
Boy, that nigga done turned the wheel.
That nigga done turned the Freddy Krueger in his mother. Good as nigga.
Why?
Who is this nigga?
Good, you a black angel, good. Good, you a black angel, good.
I bet you can't hear the backflip.
Jesus Christ. Okay. Could you shoot a scoped weapon without a shoulder mount? Wouldn't that? I feel like you would just destroy your eye socket, no? It's for show. Why do you think his eyes were all fucked up? They make long focal length scopes. Oh, so like you can like look at the scope like this basically?